So the whole thing started out because I had the idea that there was something missing in the way that we were looking at the biology of social behavior. So I'd been working on this mouth-to-mouth fluid exchange behavior in ants for some time. And I felt like there were a lot of interesting commonalities between proteins that I found in this exchange and proteins even in milk or in ejaculate of totally different species. And it made me realize that these behaviors are all somehow connected because they're all transmitting something from one individual to another to influence the receiver's physiology. And so I figured we had to create this new field of social transfers and socially transferred materials.
And importantly also find some theory and context that fits all of these together.
Exactly. We needed to understand this. How does it fit into evolution? How do we understand the proximate mechanisms, the ultimate mechanisms?
There are studies on milk, there are studies on
mating partners,
trophic eggs, nuptial gift,
seminal fluid,
milk, sperm, kiss,
sperm.
But nobody had actually studied them together under some theoretical framework that would really properly explain how they evolve.
Exactly. So I asked for funding to run a workshop on social transfers. And they said yes, and we got funding to build this awesome workshop. And it allowed us to bring together a community of different researchers who are invested in these questions.
And I have really fun memories of this moment when we started really planning this workshop, discussing what to include and who to invite, because it's really important when you want to build a field or start a new research direction, you need the right people who want to work on it.
Bringing together experts in these different fields, and also people who had been thinking about things like indirect genetic effects.
Yeah, so like how individuals affect each other's, not only their own genome, but also the genomes of their partners affect their behavior and evolution.
We made sure that the program of the workshop had some creative elements, some things to help people start thinking together and playing together. It was a really unusual workshop because when do you go to a workshop to create a field?
And one of the aims was basically to create a very big mess of lots of information, lots of studies.
And then we also had elements of subgroups where we were trying to make the mess a little bit more clear, at least for certain questions. Like, for example, there was a group working on the definition and another group who was working on commonalities in terms of the molecules and the materials that were transferred.
We also got very good comments from some of the students. For example, the whole idea of that eggs are also a social transfer. It was new for us. We didn't think like that before because you're creating a new organism, so it doesn't feel like a transfer between two individuals.
At the same time, there's a whole lot of things that are packaged along with that genetic material that are clearly a care-based transfer. So to close, we now have this wonderful draft that is now pre-printed and submitted to an awesome journal.
And we have people all over the world, from Japan to Mexico, interested in working on these kind of questions. And we hope that when people read our paper, this will expand.
Exactly. And hopefully this is truly the birth of a new field.